It Girl, a title that is given by the fans to K-pop idols that apparently deserve it. I said apparently because there are so many It Girls out there, I don't even know if they actually deserve it. It Girl this, It Girl that, It Girl this, that, this, that, this, that. Now, my problem is, if the title It Girl is so special, why is it so overused? Why are there so many It Girls out there? Well, I think the reason to that is because a lot of people don't really know what the actual real meaning of an It Girl is. A lot of people don't know what it really takes to be a real K-pop It Girl. And in the end, a lot of people are just making up their own definition of an It Girl. That's why we see so many It Girls out there. But the truth is, most of these so-called It Girls are not really It Girls. And now I'm at a point where I feel like the real meaning of the title It Girl is pretty much lost. And that's where this video comes in. In this video, I'll try my best to explain to you the real meaning of a K-pop It Girl. And to do that, I have to introduce you guys first to three very pretty individuals. Who are these three very pretty individuals, you ask? Well, for me, they are the real It Girls. When I think of K-pop It Girls through the generation, I think of them. So who are they? Well, yep, Bae Suzy, Kim Jennie, and wonyoung, with Suzy representing the second gen, Jennie representing the third gen, and wonyoung representing the fourth gen. Now, before you comment, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Listen, I know there are several It Girls out there, but for me, they are simply the realest out of all the realists. Not saying other It Girls out there are not real It Girls, but at the end of the day, it's as simple as I had to pick three, and I picked them, okay? God damn. But anyways, back to the video. So basically, the three of them will help me a lot in this video because I will use them as my main reference to finding the real meaning of a K-pop It Girl. So with all that being said, get your favorite snack, get your favorite drink, find the best position to watch this shit, cause you about to witness a masterpiece. Just kidding. Anyways, let's get it. Okay, so for the first part of this video, I'll be talking about Suzy, Jennie, and Wonyoung. I will be telling you briefly about their backstory and how each of them eventually became a K-pop It Girl. This is an essential part of the video because it will help us in knowing how to actually become a K-pop It Girl. What makes a K-pop It Girl. So yeah, without wasting your time, let's get into the first one. Bae Suzy was born on October 10, 1994 in Buk District, Gwangju, South Korea. Despite coming from a small family, during her childhood she was already popular in her hometown for her good looks and her impressive dancing skills. In 2009, she auditioned for the Mnet show Superstar K. Although in the end she got eliminated, she still caught the attention of a scout from JYP Entertainment and she would eventually become a trainee there. Her training period in JYP lasted for about 1 year because in 2010, at the age of 15, Suzy finally debuted in Miss A with 3 other members. Miss A's debut was a huge success. They would go on to win many awards and they also gained so much popularity as a group. But not only was Suzy busy in promoting with Miss A, Suzy would also be busy with her acting career, making her acting debut in 2011 in the hit drama Dream High. After that show aired, Suzy gained so much more popularity both in Korea and worldwide. But her rise in popularity didn't stop there. After that, Suzy would go on to act in many more films and TV shows, and eventually, Suzy became so popular that she was everywhere in Korea. Every girl wanted to be like her, and every boy wanted to be with her. She also gained titles such as Nation's First Love, CF Queen, shortened for Commercial Film Queen. If you don't know what that means, basically means she got hella endorsements that year. And yeah, basically, she became so popular that her popularity would overshadow her group's Miss A popularity. And because of that, JYP decided to focus more on Suzy and he would forget about Miss A as a group. And obviously the other members of Miss A didn't like that, so eventually in 2016 a member that is Mangjia decided to leave the group. Not long after that, 1 year later on December 27, 2017, JYP Entertainment confirmed that the group Miss A had disbanded. Even though it was the end for Miss A, it was not the end for Bae Suzy, because after that she would continue on her very successful career as a soloist and an actress. Until this day, Human Dior Suzy is still very famous and successful, and you have to say she definitely deserved the title It Girl. Kim Jennie was born on January 16, 1996 in Seoul, South Korea. During her childhood, Jennie moved from her home to live in Auckland, New Zealand, where she spent 5 years there to study. While she was a teenager, she made a decision. She said, "Fuck school, I want to be a K-pop idol." So, in 2010, Jennie moved to live in Seoul, South Korea, and made a successful addition to YG Entertainment in the same year, becoming a YG trainee for 6 years. Before debuting, Jennie was already pretty famous for many reasons. One of them is that she was the lead actress in G-Dragon's music video That XX, and then she was also featured in many famous idol B tracks. In 2013, she even made her first stage appearance on SBS Inkigayo alongside G-Dragon. But then in 2016, Jennie finally officially debuted in Blackpink with 3 other members, and as you can tell by now, yeah, it went pretty well. And nowadays, I have to say they're a pretty famous group nowadays. They're alright, people know them. Yeah, now they're the most famous K-pop girl group of all time. So, on top of that, she's also not just a normal member of Blackpink. She's the face of the group. She's the center. So basically, she's the face of the most famous K-pop girl group of all time. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is Jennie is pretty famous. And also in 2018, Jennie made her solo debut, making her the first member from Blackpink to have a solo. And it was a huge success. And it just proves that Jennie, without Blackpink, is still very, very, very much relevant. But that's for her idol life. What about outside of her idol life? Well, outside of her idol life, she's also very busy. Just like Suzy, Jennie is a CF queen. She got hella endorsements, she got hella brand deals. To name a few brands that she have worked with: Chanel, Hera, Chum Chum Soju, Calvin Klein, Samsung, and many more. If you go to Korea, you'll see her face almost everywhere. Every post she makes on IG will headline articles. Everything she wears will be sold out in a sec. Everything she do, people want to do. She's very influential. She is a trendsetter. And when talking about it girls, Jennie is the literal definition of an it girl. And I think she's the realest it girl out there. Jang Wonyoung was born on August 31st, 2004 in Incheon-dong, Seoul, South Korea. When she was a kid, she was scouted on the streets by Starship Entertainment after attending her sister's middle school graduation ceremony. After that, she started training with Starship for about 1 year until 2018. At the age of 13, Wonyoung joined the survival show Produce 48. She eventually placed first in the show and debuted with ICE1 as the center of the group at the age of 14. ICE1 was a huge success, and obviously Wonyoung being the center of the group gained a lot of popularity both in Korea and worldwide, especially in Korea. On April 29th, after ICE1's inevitable disbandment, Wonyoung didn't just disappear. She was still doing brand deals. She became the new host for Music Bank with Sunghoon of ENHYPEN, and on December 1st, 2021, she debuted for the second time with IVE. And because of her popularity, IVE had a lot of hype for their debut, and they didn't disappoint because IVE debut was a huge success, especially for a group that is not in the big three. But that's for her idol life. The real question is, what else does she do other than being an idol? Well, just like Suzy and Jennie, she's not really a CF queen yet, but she is definitely going into that direction because at the age of 17, she already has a good amount of brand deals. To name a few: Prada, Innisfree, Kirsch, Chow Girl, Miu Miu, and many more. She also appeared as a promotional model for many magazine covers, including Beauty Plus, Vogue Korea, and Elle Korea. And as I said earlier, she also does a lot of MC stuff. So yeah, other than being an idol, she's also very busy. She's very influential, and in terms of being an it girl, she's definitely at the early stages, but she's definitely a K-pop it girl. Okay, so now that you know about each of the girls' backstory and essentially how they became it girls, for this part of the video, I'm going to break it down to you things that, from my observation, makes a K-pop it girl. So yeah, let's get into the first one. I mean, obviously, it's simple logic. If you're not pretty, you're not gonna get brand deals. If you're not pretty, you're not gonna be as popular. That's the truth. But I have to say this though, you don't have to be the prettiest. No, it's more to having a unique face, or you can say an it girl face. Like, just look at the 3 girls I use as references. They're all pretty, but on top of that, their faces are also unique. What I mean by that is you don't see people that look like them. You don't see their lookalikes. Basically, their faces are generational. But are they the prettiest? Not really. So yeah, you don't have to be the prettiest, but you also can't be regular. You still have to be pretty, and a unique face will definitely help. Again, obviously, you have to be very popular, especially in Korea, because if you're not that popular, you probably don't have a big influence on people. If you don't have a big influence on people, you're not gonna get brand deals. So yeah, if your idol is not even that popular, then I'm sorry, your idol is definitely not an it girl. You have to be very influential. People want to look like you. People want to be like you. Everything you wear, people want to wear. Everything you do, people want to do. Every piece of outfit you wear on an IG post will be sold out in a sec. Every app you promote will be the best-selling app. That's just what it girls do. And by being very influential, that will attract a lot of brands, and you'll have much more brand deals. Or even better, you'll become the brand ambassador. Again, just look at the 3 girls as an example. They're all CF queens. They're all brand ambassadors. They have many brand deals. Why? Because they have a massive influence on people. It is an it girl thing. You have to stand out in your group, whether it is being the center of the group, whether it is being the face of the group, whether it is being the visual of the group. You simply just have to stand out, because the simple logic is, if you don't even stand out in your own group, how are you going to stand out in the whole K-pop industry? What I'm saying? You have to stay relevant. You can't be an it girl in 2018 and then in 2019 you're suddenly an irrelevant girl. You can't do that. You have to stay relevant. And yeah, it is very hard to stay relevant, but real it girls, they just stay relevant. The question is, how do it girls stay relevant? Well, they slowly build their name to be a brand. Suzy, Kim, Jennie, wonyoung, brands. And also, you need to stay relevant without your K-pop group, whether it is you become an actor, a model, a soloist, whatever, because every K-pop group will disband. So when that day comes, you need to know how to stay relevant. Okay, so far I've talked about a lot of things that I think makes a K-pop it girl, but there's actually one more thing. This one is a bit sad in a way, because yep, the villain phase. If you don't know what it is, basically, the villain phase is a period where a lot of people, including your fans, are painting you as a villain, as a bad person. Usually, people will accuse you of bad attitude, laziness, being rude, unprofessionalism, favoritism, spoiled. You get the point. The thing is, I don't want this to be one of the things that makes a K-pop it girl, but the truth is, the sad truth is, every K-pop it girl have went through this phase. Suzy have went through this phase mainly for her favoritism. Jennie have went through this phase mainly for her being lazy. And wonyoung is still going through this phase. I actually have made a whole separate, more detailed video on wonyoung's villain phase, so if you're interested in that, make sure you check it after watching this video. But back to the topic, listen. My problem with this villain phase is, in most cases, most of the time, the accusations about them having bad attitude, being lazy, and all that are false accusations. But the problem is, people don't learn from it. People keep on believing the same things. It's always going to be favoritism, bad attitude, lazy dancing, rude. From 2nd gen to now 4th gen, still the same accusations. But somehow, people still believe it when we all know it is not the truth. And obviously, you have to be strong mentally and physically to go through this villain phase. Because guess what? Most of the time, the company ain't gonna do nothing to protect you. So yeah, you just have to be able to handle it, which is bull, because idols are humans too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I will probably make a whole separate, more in-depth video on this villain phase, because it is an interesting topic. So if you don't want to miss that out, subscribe, join the Noti gang, you know what I'm saying? Because I might post it tomorrow, I might post it next week, you never know. But back to the video though. Like, basically, yeah, the villain phase, it's kind of like a requirement for it girls. If you are a K-pop it girl, you just have to go through this phase, which is again bull. You feel what I'm saying? So, the conclusion. What the hell is the real meaning of a K-pop it girl. Okay, after many hours of building the perfect sentence, putting the perfect words together, I've come up with this. Alright, listen carefully. A K-pop it girl is not just about being an idol. It's about being more than a regular idol. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being the most impactful. It's about being the most influential. It's about being the most popular, especially in Korea. And the title it girl should be special and will always be special. There shouldn't be so many it girls out there, because the truth is, real K-pop it girls are generational. In a way, there can only be really 1 or 2 per generation. So yeah, from now on, stop calling every idol out there an it girl just because they give it girl vibes. They dance well, they sing well, they look pretty as hell. Look, listen to me. No one cares. Because being an it girl is not that simple. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the video. Comment down below, what do you think is the real meaning of a K-pop it girl? Because maybe you have a way different meaning than mine. So if you do, feel free to comment down below. But other than that, if you did enjoy the video, hit that like button for me real quick. If you like my energy, vibe, and presence, hit that subscribe button and join the Noti gang. But hey, it's been me, Hyeautiful. Take it easy, man. Bye.